Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, March 21st slate of NBA action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We only have 6 games on the slate, but regardless, I do think that there's a little bit better spots to target than there was as of yesterday. So I'm excited to dive into it. But before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 12,000 subscribers. We are less than 200 subscribers away at the time of recording this video. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Leave your favorite prop down below. I'm always looking to add more, so make sure you guys do put your favorite play down below. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of yesterday, but you guys know the deal. Before we do, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are here with the shades on, with the sunnies on. And if you guys are new around here, you guys have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. If you guys take a look up here in the top right-hand corner, we ended up getting a clean sweep on the day, 3-0 on our official plays as of yesterday. So we ended up having a pretty good day. So let's go ahead and talk about that just a little bit. We've been on fire here recently. We've had 3 straight winning days. Hopefully we can continue that trend and kind of keep things going. But as of yesterday, we did end up having Terry Rozier over 32.5 PRAs versus the Indiana Pacers. Now this one, apparently it moved throughout the day over to 33.5, and unfortunately, he finishes right with 33. We finished right on the hook in our favor. That usually does not happen, almost never, but it ended up working out for us. Then we had De'Aaron Fox over 26.5 points versus the Jazz. Starts off the game really bad. He actually started off the game 1 for 5. I was like, oh, this is not looking very good. He only had 2 points. The Kings were down by like 20 in the first quarter, and I was like, man, this is not looking good. He almost finishes with 40. So, that's just the way that De'Aaron Fox does things. At the beginning of the game, he starts off a little slow, and then he says, here, hold this. Let me just go to work. And he absolutely goes crazy. So that one ended up working out for us as well. Then we had Klay Thompson over 21.5 points versus Houston at minus 105. And a very similar story. Kind of started off a little bit slower, and then ended up ramping things up and almost dropped 30. So, it is what it is. We ended up going 3-0 on our official plays. We have had 3 straight winning days. We are on a 7-2 run over our last 9 plays. Hopefully we can continue that streak, keep things going, and just keep the momentum flowing. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's picks. For our first official play of the day, I put this one on my Twitter, so make sure you guys are following my Twitter so you guys do not miss out on stuff like this. But as of the time of recording this video, which is about 1:30 in the morning on the 21st, we're taking Jason Tatum over 27.5 points here versus Sacramento at minus 125 on Caesars. Now, it is currently minus 140 on DraftKings, and odds are it will be bumped up to 28.5 as of the following day. So like I said, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. I found this gem as of last night. I think the line ends up bumping up. I don't care. I still like it at 28.5 as well. Jason Tatum has gone over in 4 out of his last 7 games. He's been pretty solid here to this line, and he is also averaging just 28 points per game on the road. So if he literally scores his average, we are going to be seeing green in this one. So I do like the spot here, and not too many matchups are going to be better for him than the Sacramento Kings. The Kings do allow the 4th most points per game to opposing small forwards, and he has gone over in three straight versus the Kings and dropped 30 plus in all of those games. So I think that we see a similar situation here where we do see 30 plus here from Jason Tatum. See a pretty big night here from him. And the Kings are going to be on the second leg of a back-to-back. As I mentioned, we took De'Aaron Fox's over in points yesterday. And the Kings, they are an elite offense. They are one of the best offenses in all of basketball. But they are not a very good defense. They are also 10th in pace. So you're talking about a defense that is not necessarily top tier. You're looking at them at a defense who plays at a very fast pace as well. I think that Jason Tatum is going to get a lot of extra possessions. I think that he's going to be the main shot taker here for the Boston Celtics. So I really do love the spot here for Tatum. Regardless of if it's at 27.5 or 28.5 at the time that you guys are watching this, I really like it at both. So that is going to be our first official play of the day. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points here versus Sacramento at minus 125 odds. Now for our second official play of the day, we're going to be taking Donovan Mitchell over 26.5 points here versus the Brooklyn Nets at minus 115 odds. Now, The Cleveland Cavaliers, it's kind of a weird situation for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland does a lot of the dirty work at home. Garland is tremendous at home, but not necessarily very good on the road. And Donovan Mitchell, while he's not abysmal at home, he is a little bit better on the road. So he is averaging 27.6 points per game on the road this year. And if he ends up hitting his average, once again, I think that we end up seeing some green. He also hasn't covered in 3 straight games. He's been really bad over his last 3 games, kind of like Klay Thompson as of yesterday. He had gone under in 3 straight games. Donovan Mitchell is a player that's going to keep attempting shots, and he is going to, like, no matter what, even if he is going through a little bit of a shooting slump, he's still going to attempt those shots. So I do think that Donovan Mitchell sees his usual workload, and I do think that he ends up hitting his over today. He has also hit his over in 4 out of his last 5 here versus Brooklyn. I know that he did have a different role when he was in Utah. He was literally like the only guy, especially when it comes to scoring the basketball. But regardless, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Last game versus Brooklyn, he didn't have the most tremendous night, and that was at home. So now that they are on the road, who knows? Donovan Mitchell might be that guy. Also, the Nets do allow the 5th most points per game to opposing shooting guards in the last 15. So regardless of how great the Nets have been playing, the Nets have been covering games, they've been winning games, they've been a very solid team. Their defense hasn't necessarily been tremendous, and especially to that shooting guard position. So I really do like the spot here for our second official play of the day. Donovan Mitchell over 26.5 points here versus Brooklyn at minus 115 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking Russell Westbrook over 25.5 PRAs here versus Oklahoma City Thunder at minus 130 odds. Now, I know it's Russell Westbrook. It's it's skeptical. I get it. But, I mean, come on. He's playing against this old team, and this number is just way too low. He's played a total of 11 games here for the Los Angeles Clippers, and he's hit the over in 7 of them. That's a pretty good percentage if you ask me, and I think that we see another good spot here because the Oklahoma City Thunder are not necessarily the most tremendous defense. They allow the 7th most points per game, the 11th most rebounds per game, and the 11th most assists per game to opposing point guards, and the rim protection is really not going to be there for Oklahoma City. I think that regardless of who they end up throwing out there, I think that Russell Westbrook is good enough to still finish around him, and Oklahoma City also allows the 10th most points per game to opposing teams, and they're the 2nd fastest paced team in all of basketball. So, you're talking about a defense that hasn't been top tier, a very fast-paced team, and not to mention, Russell Westbrook has played this Oklahoma City team quite a bit, and he's hit the over in every single game besides for one of them. And a lot of the defensive focus is going to be on guys like Kawhi Leonard and guys like Paul George. Russell Westbrook is going to be that third option. He's going to see plenty of attempts. It's just going to be a matter of if he knocks him down, and I think that he does today. Westbrook also does average more points per game and assists per game at home this season. Now, some of those were when he was with the Lakers, so it is skewed just a little bit, but regardless, he does score more points at home than he does on the road. So, hey, I mean, I think that is a little bit of an advantage as well. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. Russell Westbrook over 25.5 PRAs here versus Oklahoma City at minus 130 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 12,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.